Our secondary. I've never liked our secondary. Kevin King's not my favorite, but
Welcome back, everyone, to the GameTalk podcast. Today, we got a special guest. We've got a Packers fan in here today. We've got Stefan. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. That bad man Rodgers heating up the Rams this Saturday evening.
That was a great game to watch. It was looking pretty close at the beginning and near the middle of the third quarter, but that play action touchdown pass that just sealed the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Rams made the plays when they needed to make the plays. That's what made them stuck in the game. But Rodgers, when he had to make the play, when his receiver actually caught the ball this time, so that was where it was
Exactly.
pretty good.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Rodgers is uh Rodgers is playing with hospitalized receivers. That's why we choked in the draft. But I'm glad we were able to. He's always there with the passes, so he just got to catch the ball and we're chilling.
Yeah, it was good to start off like get Devonte Adams the first touchdown, and I noticed they kind of fooled Jalen Ramsey with that. What'd you think of that little
Yeah,
motion touchdown they did?
that was very good call and play because Jalen was locked up right on him, but that quick switch caught Jalen off guard, and you could tell he was mad at the end there because he didn't like that. He had to go off all the way over there, which is very hard for a cornerback to do. So they needed to do something else defensively there, but that was a very good play call by Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, I'd noticed that he's starting to kind of do what McVay does on offense, which is good because they coach together a lot. That the Rams were having issues with your run game, mainly Aaron Jones. They could not stop him.
Oh yeah, the the it's funny because Aaron Rodgers having an MVP season, while the other Aaron, Skip Bayless, you guys know Skip Bayless, undisputed. He loves Aaron Jones, that first running back. He
Yeah,
thinks he's the real MVP. But yeah, two MVP type people, both on the running side and on the offensive side. So it's very impressive that we have those offensive weapons.
yeah, just no need to get AJ Dillon. I still don't understand that because Jamal Williams is
Woo!
great.
Yeah, AJ first round pick. I don't know about that, but because running backs get hurt all the time, you don't really need that. We already have two running backs, but I think they picked him because Aaron Jones may not be out in the offseason, but you saw him. He pulled out that bling, that Packers bling coming out. I think he's going to stay here at the Packers.
Dude,
Looking good.
that could be a big discussion. I don't know what his intentions are. He seems like a loyal player, but I don't know about that. We'll see.
Yeah,
I noticed that your
also all about the
offense.
money.
Oh, totally. The offensive line, your guys, like Aaron Donald didn't do anything really. I don't think he had any pressures. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, our offensive line is one of the best in the league. And when David Bakhtiari, our first team All Pro, went out, I wasn't stressing out too much because I knew we had backup. And I saw that they signed that Colts guy. I think his last name is Villiers. I don't know if he played today, but the line was holding up really well.
Yeah, I noticed with
Aaron Donald.
your right guard's really good, and whoever the center was just they were double teaming Donald, and he just couldn't do nothing. Normally he's able to beat those,
mm,
but Packers were stout.
Yeah, that they were the coming into the game. The Rams needed to stop Rodgers on third down. Rodgers, I think, was 8-11, 9 for 12. The third down game was very important, and the Rams' third down game was not as good. So that's what really
I mean,
did it for
they
the
did like
the game.
nothing on third down. It felt like they were trying to get Goff to pass it downfield, but he just like couldn't do anything really. They did score late in the second. Your defense does kind of worry me at times because we got to think you're going to play either the Bucks or the Saints next round, and your defense was looking kind of rough near the end of the second half. Like, what do you think the issue is there?
Our secondary. I've never liked our secondary. Kevin King's not my favorite, but our secondary is not the best when it comes to coverage. I like when we pass rush because I think we get more pressure on the quarterback. If we were going to go against Tom Brady, they got Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and that was the other guy, that third one, Chris Godwin. Like
Yeah, he
that's a lot
tortures
of.
us, the
I
Falcons
mean, Jair is
fans.
probably our best cornerback. I don't trust that, so I'd much rather go against like an aging Breeze than a Tom Brady with all those weapons. Even though Tom Brady should be torching, but he's not been the best this season.
I did choose them to win that game in my last video. You probably saw that,
Did
but
all right.
yeah. One thing I did notice is their slot corner. You guys could not cover the third wide receiver. Austin Reynolds and Van Jefferson were just getting wide open passes like constantly.
Yeah, again, just a secondary issue, not good covering guys.
Like Sullivan,
We struggle.
remember? I
Yeah, we
don't know.
struggle on
Yeah,
man.
it reminds
Anytime
me
I
of
see man coverage.
the Gunter days. Who was that guy?
No, no, no.
Yeah,
Packers, they're always shooting themselves in the foot in the playoffs, so hopefully don't do that again in this NFC Championship
yeah.
year.
I hope in practice LaFleur really focuses on this secondary needs some work. Your defensive line, oh my God, we haven't even gotten into
Oh, yeah,
that. We
very
haven't
good.
even gotten into that yet.
Smith Bros, that's what we
Now,
call them.
I did notice Rodgers when he has a lead, he kind of likes to play with this the other team as he did throw those two risky passes at the end, and if those were picked, I feel like the game might have been a lot closer.
Oh yeah, definitely. The momentum switch were big in this game, you could tell. And I don't know what Rodgers, I guess, wanted to just throw a little. He's like so obsessed with the Hail Mary. I guess he wanted to come back and try to get a touchdown. But all we needed really was a field goal there to put it by 9 by the half, which is really very helpful.
Yeah, I mean Mason Crosby, he's really consistent, especially in the playoffs. He's always been good. I know that. Well, let's see.
Mason,
The Rams, they really could just not stop your guys' run game like at any point in the game. I don't think it was kind of
yeah,
rough.
the thing about our yeah, the run offense, you got three guys. Obviously, AJ Dillon made a mistake, but if you have three horseback runners, you got Aaron Jones, the jukey guy. And then you got Jamal Williams. It's kind of a both best of both worlds. He's big and he can juke well. And then we got our tank guy, the guy in the first round. He made a mistake, but it happens when you have three healthy guys who can just go. It's very hard for that defensive line to stop that.
Yeah, because last week they were really talking up this Rams defensive line, and oh, this like their backups are really good, and no one showed up at all on this Rams defense. Like
Yeah,
it,
it's also because of the offensive line. It's insane. It's like one of the top three in the NFL, even without David Bakhtiari.
now MVS, are you worried about him for the next game? I don't. He's just why did he drop that in the end zone? But then he catches like really easy over the crossing routes, but he can't catch wide open in the red
TJ,
zone.
TJ, TJ. You didn't have to bring MVS because he's probably my most hated player on the team. People are like, "Oh, he's a love-hate player." No, he's a full hate player for me. Yeah, he's a beginning player. I just if you, it's always right here for him. It's you catch the ball. It's simple. He does have those plays where he gets back, but you're an NFL receiver. You get paid millions a year. You gotta catch the ball.
I see why
Simple.
he's a love hate because he somehow will make up for it, but it's not really. It's like sort of makes up for it. I could be worried about him next round against a tougher defense because the Rams defense was totally overrated. I'm sorry. I came into this game thinking they'd be good and they were overrated.
Yeah, if it's close like that, we can't afford drops or anything like that because our defense is lackluster as it is. So we can't drop on offense. That's our specialty, our main thing.
Yeah, so next, I noticed the Rams were starting to make a little comeback when they did the trick play, and then you guys did kind of have some bad run defense there.
Yeah, run defense wasn't the best, definitely.
That's bad if you do end
Let
up
me think
playing
here.
Alvin Kamara. That's one thing I'd worry about.
The thing, like when we played the Titans back in the, I don't know which week it was, but Titans, we were able to put them down to less than 100 yards. So if we focus it on it more, I think that's what the ideal is here. But we also have to be careful with the secondary, where our defense is the weak link.
Yeah,
D line, got to pressurize and stuff.
that's been a main point of our discussion. Really, is that secondary of the Packers. I think Rodgers can put the score up, but he's gonna need to with this secondary. It's just kind of worrying to watch them sometimes. I don't know. Now you said
And
that you
going
have.
back to Alvin,
Oh, I'll let you talk.
going back to Alvin Kamara, like compared to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a good runner, but the thing about Alvin Kamara is his ability yards after carry is insane. Like he can juke out of anywhere, so that scares me for our players where we can't tackle an open field. The Jair Alexander, that man.
He's really good. Kirksey stepped up this game. He'd been not playing well to end off the season. I know that. So it's good to see him back in there. I don't know your other linebackers, so I can't really talk on that. You have anything about the linebackers? Did they play? They played pretty good.
Yeah, they're all right. They're not the best. It's not as bad as their secondary, but I think one of the Ty Summers, I don't know if he was playing today, but it's all right. It's a mediocre linebackers.
So, what'd you think of Rodgers giving the crown to Lazard there at the end?
I think that's good. Lazard was the one who made the crown, so for him, Rodgers to put the crown on Lazard was nice. Also nice for Lazard's confidence going in the playoffs to catch it here instead of dropping another one. So that's good.
See,
Got to put confidence
that's funny
in your
you say
receivers as
that.
quarterback.
I was thinking that he might have dropped that play action pass. There was a feeling that he might have dropped it, but he held it in and they scored.
I'm scared. Every time Rodgers airs it out, I'm like, oh, he's got to be open. But when I see the receiver going for it, I'm like, please don't drop it, please.
I know it's tough for the Packers wideouts. Um, well, that was a great Packers game. I mean, in conclusion, the Rams defense is overrated. I'm sorry. I don't know why they were ranked number one. They could not stop backup wide receivers like Allen Lazard and MVS. Like, this secondary is overrated. We saw Jalen Ramsey get beat by Devontae Adams plenty. You have anything else to
Mm-hmm.
say before we go?
All I got to say is he's an MVP. Tay Adams, Aaron Rodgers, best duo in the league, period.
I have to agree at this moment right now. I'm not seeing anyone else, as they call it, the MVP and the playmaker, the dynamic duo. These guys are looking to set records. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
on to the Super Bowl. That's what they're looking for. They're not even looking at this conference matchup. They're ready for the Super Bowl. I can tell. This team's hot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was good Packers talk.